Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer. And a beautiful morning it is, or should I say a cold morning it is. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into the hottest spot in town, and that is Sunshine's Corner. And you know right here we talk about all of the difficult conversations where you can feel so comfortable to talk about it. I encourage you every day to make sure you tell somebody when it's something you want to be known that's important, whether it's the good, the bad, or the ugly, right here in Pensacola. The only way that we can come to a conclusion to resolve any issue, we've got to be able to talk about it. And that's why I encourage you to be a part of the conversation that we have every single day right here on Blab TV. And today, you see, it's not going to be any different because, well, look, I'm going to do this for you. Look at this. We're starting off a new year. It's a new year. And look, Brian, I can't mess up my hair, but the fact I'm going to do it anyway. We've got Brian Wyer right here with me with the Gulf Coast African American Chamber. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning. I'll do my hat on for a second, too.
Hey, look at this. Let me see, can I put my, look at us.
There we go.
It's a new year.
I'll do a horn blow, too.
Okay. Look, we're starting the morning off right.
Yes.
Right? But first of all, let me say, that weather last night, that chill?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I believe Jack Frost still biting at your nose. Because it's cold.
This is our way to experience December here in Florida. Get a chance to feel the Christmas cold weather, but it definitely hit hard last night.
It hit hard, and I want to say this, too, to everybody. You know, sometimes, we have to work. We leave the elderly at home alone.
Yes.
Please, make sure that you check on them throughout the day because the temperature's not going to get much better. And, of course, it's going to be another cold one tonight. So I encourage you to make sure that the heat's working properly. And if you're using those space heaters, please make sure there's distance so that, you hear about fires this time of year, but we're going to be a step ahead, be smart, continue to check on those who need to be checked on throughout the day. Right? I know you're going to do it. But listen at this, Brian. I am so glad to have you in. We've been talking about this for a while.
Yes.
And with the fact that so much is going on, I have to say, when I was looking at your website, it's a lot that you're doing, and I think that deserves a great big yay.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're so welcome. And it's so much that happens at the beginning of the year. Oh, my goodness. We were talking before we came on, even with Dr. King.
Yes.
The parade is, 2.5 weeks away?
It is. It's here before we know it. The year just comes so fast.
It is getting by like, the scooting on by.
It is.
Wonderful things that are on the way. So let me say this, guys. I want to see you in the parade. Be there to be in the parade. That's a celebration that we need not put behind us. We got to make sure that we transfer what we've learned to the younger people so they'll understand the fight, so they'll know where they're going.
Yep. And this year's motto is one team, one dream.
I love it.
So it's a great way to, because we're all team together. People don't realize the fact that we all got to work together to get our goals. And we can't work in a silo. No. We need to be one team together.
Not at all. I mean, and I ponder on that so often. I don't want the separation. I think we need to get this even more so closely because, again, I say, I believe this with everything that flows through me. Once we work together, put our resources, there's nothing we can't do.
Exactly.
Put it together. And there's no mountain too high. Don't make me go Diana Ross on you. I mean,
well, I'm so proud of you being the Grand Marshal for the parade too, Sunshine. That's amazing. I'm so happy to have you in that great honor to do that.
Thank you. I mean, my heart just go pitter patter because when they told me, I was like shocked. Yeah. But I say thank God that I accept the honor with grace. You know.
I see you there almost every year. You walk along, you meet the crowd, you're there and so consistent. So I'm so glad you're going to be the marshal. It's going to be a wonderful parade. I'm looking so forward to it.
So am I. And everybody, that's going to be January 20th now. And you still got time. And Mr. Keenan, I keep up with him every day. If you have not gotten your registration taken care of, don't put it off any longer. Let's not wait till the exact last minute. Go ahead and do it now because, there's still space for you. We got a big parade.
Yes.
And everybody needs to be a part of that. We're trying to keep what I was talking to you, we were talking about even with this diversity thing that we have now. We got to make sure that we bring this more inclusive for everybody. We don't want separation. We want everything to be entwined so that we can all grow together and do the right thing.
Exactly. One of the best ways you get a chance to know things is to get a chance to experience different things you have been involved of. So if you've never been to the parade before, this is a great chance to check it out. come there, see people, get a chance to see some things that are new to you, and experience that great parade.
Most certainly. And I tell you, when you talk about me, now it's going to be hard for me to just sit down because, I'm jumping, I'm bouncing. I mean, I walk that whole parade.
You do.
And I love the energy that I get from the people. But Brian, let's talk about with the chamber, the Gulf Coast African American Chamber. Talk about it, the things that you are faced with that you're doing and that the community should be aware of the things. I see you everywhere.
Yeah, one of the things we did change is it was the Gulf Coast African American Chamber of Commerce for over 20 years. Back in 2018, we created the new Gulf Coast Minority Chamber of Commerce. One of the goals is to help make sure that we provide inclusivity across all levels. The fact that in a name, we're making sure the minority name is there. Exactly. So we help out women businesses, veteran businesses, small businesses, and large businesses as well. But people often think it's just kind of for smaller businesses.
Right.
But large businesses and corporations want to see and want to connect with smaller businesses.
Exactly.
Small businesses want to connect with larger businesses.
Exactly.
So we help bring them together to get a chance for them both to understand what's going on and ways they can help each other out.
And that means growth.
Exactly, means growth. One of our big things that we do as a chamber is helping out with getting businesses to provide opportunities to get jobs and bids and contract with the city and the county. We partner with the county and the city, and we help support them in efforts to making sure that businesses know how to get registered, and they see what bids are out there so they can apply for those positions and jobs to help make sure their companies grow by working with our local government. So
Absolutely.
We're very involved in those perspectives.
And that's a great thing. You see, so if a person is out there now, you're just getting started, that should be you to be talking to help with that. I noticed something else you did because there was an event and the building down, off the villa.
Yes.
It's just beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
It was a young lady, I think, it's Sandcastle Radio. We had this set up in there. I thought that was so pretty and so nice of what you did. And that's what I'm trying to let people see. It's not just, it's a crossover.
It really is.
It's a crossover. Everybody can come by and be a part of that. It's the minority chamber.
Exactly.
So everybody, I encourage people to don't just take one thing. And number one, I'm a believer in support. To support what we have, to support the minority chamber,
yes,
to be a part of, to be inclusive of. I encourage people to go to your website.
Oh, thank you.
Because I want you to go to the website and check it out. Because I'm telling you, when I was there, I was just clicking through all. I said, "Oh my God, I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that." But I'm going to be checking it every day so that I can also keep up on things that we can translate and get it right here on TV. That website address is.
The website address is gcmcc.info. And I know it's a little different, the .info part, but that's what we have as our website. gcmcc.info is our website. I see it right there on our screen too, so it's right there in front of us.
That's right. So everybody, that's the website address right there, so you can get that and check it out. But I thought I saw all. Even back when we were out doing the judging of the cook with the gingerbreads, you put that picture up immediately. When we were over at the SCI, when we were doing the gingerbread houses and all that, oh God, that stuff was smelling so good. I had to get out of there too. But those kind of things where I see that you're implemented, that you're in. When it comes to a person who's want to start up a business, they don't know the proper steps that they need to take.
Right.
They get in touch with you and tell them what all that you can offer with them when they just want to get, I believe in the foundation. If you got a strong foundation, your side's going to stand.
Yeah, one of the biggest things I tell people to do is really go to the Small Business Development Center, UWF. It's a great program. It's completely free. You go online, you help register with the Small Business Development Center. You'll get a consultant to talk to you. They have training classes of how to build your business plan, how to do marketing. They can help investigate for you what your businesses you have in place and what the market kind of demands for that business.
Exactly.
They kind of let you know if you want to put a hair salon up, but there's 3 more in that same block or 2, it may not be the best location for you.
Exactly.
I offer for people that site first as a place to help go to because they really do a great job of helping to provide that essence of starting your business up and giving you some foresight and then giving a person you to work directly to build your business up.
And you know what I want to teach, and I think you can elaborate on this as well. And when you're starting a business, it's good to have your business, but it's no good when just you know about it and nobody else know about it.
Exactly.
You have also got to be in that plan to build up with a budget. Because you got to get that business out. And I run into that a lot because I know about marketing.
Yeah.
I mean, but the key thing is It's great to start your business, but you gotta let somebody else know you got the business. And I know people believe in social media.
Yeah.
But no, that's not the key.
Yeah, and there's all types of sides of it. I mean, like even with nonprofits, for example, a nonprofit is a business.
Exactly.
And people start nonprofits thinking the passion's there, the desire's there, but you got to have your background paperwork in order. You got to do your taxes, your payrolls. There's so much behind the scenes you have to do.
Exactly.
And that's where many businesses and nonprofits fail. I mean, the rate of businesses lasting past 5 years is very, it's very small compared to those who start out.
Right.
And that's why you got to develop a plan first.
Most certainly.
You can't just jump into it. I always tell people, before you have a business name, check and see if that name makes sense. Does someone else have that name?
That's right.
Don't print business cards up and put logos going if someone else already has that in place, because later you're going to find yourself in a situation where someone's going to come after you to try to sue you because you took their took their trademark and copywriting. So you got to make sure you kind of plan it out, get test fill out there. Kind of an advisory group of people that you know and you trust to bounce it off of you.
Right.
There's a young lady that came to my office and she created this logo. She showed it to me, and
somebody else had it.
For the first time, I was like, this curve here kind of implies this, and she never saw that before, but she never asked anyone else in her circle to see it. So another set of eyes to look at is really valuable to be able to do that.
And you and I'm saying this is so true because of the fact that everybody, and I want to tell you, I have a nonprofit, and the fact of it is, if you don't get that paperwork in at the end of the year, I mean, because there was a new one came out this year, and I mean, like it was. I thank God for a friend of mine. Did you get that email?
Right.
Check your email because it's called the BOI that I had to fill out, right?
Yes.
And I was like, okay, but that's what I'm saying. In the process of knowing, I'm new at it, and I've got a plan, but I haven't really put it out there yet because I'm learning a lot that I've got to have so I can be successful in what I have in my head that I want to do. And of course I am checking out the names. I've already done that.
Yeah, and I always set reminders to people because things like the business ownership information document, that was in place, there was a mandate in place, but then they also released that mandate because of the fact it was an appeal in place. But there was a deadline. If you didn't have it in place by December 31st, there would be some heavy fines for you to go forward.
Exactly.
They loosened up on that, and now you have a little more time for it. I always remind people too about registering your business. If you go to the SunBiz and your business isn't being registered properly, you're going to get a huge penalty in place by I think by the end of May if it's not in place.
That's right.
A huge penalty, and people forget about those things, and they find themselves owing hundreds of dollars later because they didn't do that paperwork to say, yeah, I'm still in existence.
Exactly. Yeah. See? And I know I did the SunBiz. I got to make check again, right? So but you see what I'm saying? How you learn, listen and learn, and that's what this show is also about. We're talking about your information network, and I'm so glad that Brian's here today. It's the beginning of a new year, and if you've got that in your repertoire that you want to start something new this year with a business, today is the day you really need to check us out. We're going to be here with more, coming back in just a little bit with Brian to talk about even more. But let me say to my girl there at Supplemental Healthcare, thank you so very much for partnering with us for the MLK Parade. I mean, you're doing very well, and I thank you so much, Gabrielle, for partnering with us right here, Sunshine's Corner.
Good day, Pensacola. Welcome to a new segment on health and wellness sponsored by Baptist Healthcare in partnership with Sunshine's Corner. Every first Wednesday of the month during Sunshine's telecast, we're going to be bringing you information about health and wellness and ways to make sure we're improving the quality of your health care here in Pensacola. After all, we want to ensure that you're going to the right place at the right time and for the right reason, and that you don't feel alone. Can't wait to see you.
Empire Truck Sales, located at 2255 West Detroit Boulevard in Pensacola, is your Freightliner, Western Star, Detroit Diesel, and Cummins dealer for Northwest Florida. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., providing sales, service, and parts. Empire Truck Sales is also your Oasis dealer for Freightliner custom chassis RV and motorhome repairs. Running I-10 will get you in.
Many who consider facial plastic surgery are concerned their results will look unnatural. But with over 20 years of serving the Pensacola community, his thousands of satisfied patients have made Dr. Derek Jones a trusted reconstructive and facial plastic surgeon known for industry-leading results that look natural. Call 850-484-FACE to schedule a consultation at one of our locations in Pensacola and Gulf Breeze.
I'm Dr. Derek Jones. Trust your face to a facial plastic surgeon.
At Pensacola Habitat for Humanity, We believe every child should have a safe place to grow. That's why we work with you and the community to build not just a house, but a home.
She worked very hard to get this house. I really appreciate that because, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here right now.
When you help build a home, you build a future. Pensacola Habitat for Humanity.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. It is your Tuesday morning edition. Well, it's cold on the outside, but guess what? Don't fret. You've got all the sunshine you need right here. But Brian, I tell you, we're talking with Brian Wyer right here from the Gulf Coast Minority Chamber. Love it. So I love that, the Gulf Coast Minority Chamber. And the things that we're doing that you're educating people on the fact that what they need to know if you're starting a business, if you are when you even get the business started. I would think you still need to be in contact so that you can make sure that you are following protocol so that your business can be successful. And people might think that when I open up a business, I'm going to be successful tomorrow. No, it don't work that way. It's a plan. You got to work through this to get to that level as somebody that's been out there 20 years.
Exactly. Part of the things you do about your networking and communication is the fact that it's about networking. It's about seeing people and meeting people in place who have already gone through some of the challenges you've been through, those who have some lessons that you can learn from, and getting a chance to know who's out in your community and building those bonds and relationships is really valuable. So that networking part is something you always want to do. You don't want to just do it in the beginning and stop.
Right.
You want to constantly network with those in your community.
I agree with you 150%. It's always, the networking part of that is so important.
It really
because it's, and I'll say this, it's a fact. You may not remember everything a person tells you, but when you have that conversation with that person, that way that person makes you feel talking to them, they're not going to forget that. And therefore, here's that door that could open to get you to the point that you could be on the other side, you could help somebody else. There's another program I saw you at, and I'm sure you're tied in with that with Quint Studer.
Yes.
It's the program where they were even tying people in with people to work.
I worked a lot with Quint. When I first came into the community, Quint was really a supporter of us. He really provides some helping out with funding, with mentorship. We're part of the VMS mentoring program.
That's it.
So it's called group mentoring, and Quint actually helped to send me up to MIT to learn the program and help bring some of that knowledge back, along with D.C. Reeves and along with Jim Sparks and others. We went there and we learned the process of how to do group mentoring.
Right.
And what's even better for a new business to have a chance to mentor with a whole group of individuals, with 4 or 5 people who are there to talk with them and share their expertise with that individual.
Right.
And part of the part that's so amazing, the fact that when we do group mentoring, we're not telling you have to do this, you have to do this. We're giving you a perspective, a different point of view. In fact, a lot of times the mentors may not all agree on the best perspective.
Of course.
But we're sharing it with you so you can make a decision that's best for you and your business.
Most certainly.
It's a great program. It's been really successful. We pulled numerous businesses through that program, and now they're successful. They're growing.
That's what I'm talking about.
And you see the growth, which is just phenomenal.
Most certainly. Now, you also work with Robin Richard.
Yes.
I see that she has.
I got to smile. I got to smile when I hear Robin's name. She makes me just smile.
I mean, but she has been doing, she does it once a month. They're at the chamber downtown at the building.
She does it in our Belmont DeViller building.
Belmont DeViller.
It's called Pensacola Networking, and they've been doing it for 11 years, every Friday through COVID. They did it virtually. It's just a great way to have businesses come and meet with other people, gain some knowledge, have some great food, have the dwarf wings and banana pudding. So it's a great chance to have food, network, and learn some stuff. So what else can you do better than those 3 things?
I know, and Robin, she is. I mean, she is great at keeping that crowd smiling. Okay,
she is.
She's something else. I mean, but the fact of it is, I mean, but when I brought that up to say, those are 2 entities we're talking about right there. That's what. Networking.
Exactly.
Whereas you can get that knowledge and be able to apply that to what you're trying to do and become more successful. And it is a job that never ends.
It never ends.
I mean, you have to continue to do that if you want to be successful. Now, when we talk about people getting involved, I know you said that you're going to start that back up this year for people becoming part of the chamber?
Well, it's just our membership. We
Okay.
take a different approach with our members that's different than other chambers. I really will help you out no matter what. If you come to my office, I'll spend an hour or two if I need to help figure out where you're at, what do you need, and find the resources for you.
Right.
So membership has never been, I hate to even say this, it sounds bad as a chamber, but membership has never been a big drive to say, I got to have all these members and all these things going on. It's all about helping people out. And when I tell them, I come and talk to them, that when you're ready to become a member, let me know. But until that time period, I'm going to support and I'm going to provide assistance for you. And then when you're ready, become a member of the chamber.
When you say help with the resources, go a little bit deeper when you're talking about the resources.
Well, I find it often that when people come into my office to talk with me, they may say, I have this need in this area, and then as we have more discussions, it breaks down more.
I understand.
They're telling me the challenges they're having, they're telling me what they're up against, and then I help connect them to people in the community that maybe can provide assistance for them, whether it be the Small Business Development City, the Small Business Development Center through UWF, whether it may be the CEI for investments, the SBA for loans, the city and county, different individuals, even some of the groups like Robin's Group with Pensacola Networking and Kakua Institute with Lloyd Rashad. I kind of be able to figure out where they may need something and then give them the resources to help get things going.
I understand.
We partner with all the other chambers in the area too. Me and the Greater Pensacola Chamber have a great relationship. Santa Rosa Chamber, Perdido Key. We all work together behind the scenes, and I'll tell them, hey, contact Navarre for this. Contact Perdido Key Chamber for these things. So it's just a matter of figuring out what needs exist and then helping to give them the resources to get it all done. I can't do it all. I'm not an expert at everything. I know a certain skill, certain niche to kind of provide collaboration in place, and then I help get them to where they need to go for the more detailed assistance.
And I love the fact that you the combination. I hear all the way around. That's everybody, and that's
it really is.
And I believe in that collectiveness. I believe in that resource of working together. Now, let's say when you're talking about the thought that crossed my mind when you were talking about how when you're doing these things to get your business off the ground, to get it going. If I wanted to get a loan, when you talk about UWF, let's say if I want to start a business, I want to go get a loan. Is that a difficult task? From what you've learned?
It really can be.
Of course.
I
want to get $100,000.
Yeah, we had a meeting the last 2 years where Florida Power and Light provided a process called Empowering Black Businesses. So we had an event in October where Florida Power and Light supported it. We had banks there, credit unions there, we had financial institutes there, and then the members of the chamber and the community came out and talked to those banks. They talked to the credit unions to find out what they need to get things done. And it can be challenging for a new business because you got to make sure you have a track record. The bank don't want to give you any money if they don't have a track record to make sure they can get their money back.
Right.
And a lot of it's relationships, knowing who those loan officers are, building a relationship with those banks, and then having them provide the trust and faith because they're taking a risk when they're giving you money that whether their money going to come back to you. So it's even presentation. When you come to the bank to talk to the loan officer, you don't want to be dressed really down or not have your things put together. Because you're showing representation, your business may be what you're looking at coming in.
Exactly.
So you want to make sure you come in there with very professional, that you provide the resources and the knowledge that you're going to do well for those banks. But it can be challenging. It can be scary to go ask for a loan. People contact me all the time and they want grants, free money, and not the loans.
So you have people fill out with the grants? I mean, you have not fill them out, but to teach them how?
I just refer them to areas where the grants may be, and I'll provide any assistance I can. Like I said, I'm not really a grant expert as well, too, but I know some of the people who do work with grants, and they do work with programs. I do kind of educate our community about when I see grants available, what grants are out there. I do whatever I can to help out. Some of the areas, like I said, I'm not really the detailed specialist in those areas, but I know where to go to get the resources to help them out and
there's a myth.
Give them a kickstart.
I won't say a myth, but there's a point where it says that there are ways that it's pretty easy for a minority to women.
Yes.
That there are loans there for them, but you got to have your stuff together, even though you may fit that criteria. But to be able to get the monies, you got to know really the process and getting it filled out. You got to have your stuff together in order to get it. But because it was told to me, oh, Sonshine, with this you can get this because you are a minority woman. Really, am I? But you got to have this together to do that. So these are things that I'm working on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
to get that done.
Yeah, one of the first things you have to register as a minority business.
Okay.
You can register with the city, you can register with the county, you can register with the state, but if you're not registered as a minority business, they don't know who you really are.
Exactly.
They say you are a minority business or a woman business or veteran business. If you go to the Office of Supplier Development for the state of Florida, you can go on that site and you can register your business as a veteran, women, minority business, so that people know that you're there, and it opens up opportunities for you to get different grants and loans and get some assistance along the way for having your business to grow.
Okay.
But that's one of the things, the first thing is you got to make sure people know that you are a minority business, women business, or a veteran business.
Now,
And
you see, I didn't know that.
yeah, it's
You
one of the
see?
first things, because if you don't prove that you are, then people can't provide the
Right,
just
just because I'm
for
walking
those
around here
things.
and I am a minority,
Exactly.
that's going to say, okay, well, let's go get Sunshine.
Yeah.
No.
Well, many businesses too, they may have maybe a construction business, and there's a lot of males in the businesses, but the business is 51% owned by a female, then it's considered a woman-owned business. If you're 51%
Really?
owned by a female or by a veteran or by a minority, then you're that kind of business.
We're learning today, man. I
Yeah.
should turn my recorder on.
Well, you know where to find me, Sunshine.
Exactly. Look, I'm going to be up in your face a lot because this year I plan to implement a lot of things.
Exactly.
And but I'm learning today because, like I said, I'm going to have you a regular seat on here so I
Yeah.
can make sure I'm running the right steps.
And it's all about learning, like you said earlier. It's all about learning processes and going through it and finding assistance that you need. These are all things that didn't come naturally to me. I'm not naturally a business person. I was an IT guy, kind of
Exactly.
a nerdy behind the scene guy, and I learned some things along the way, and I learn things every day. And I just love the fact that I can get new knowledge. And then the key part
Knowledge is
is getting the
power.
knowledge, but then sharing that knowledge.
Exactly.
It's what makes you feel good when you can share it with others and not
Exactly.
just hold on to that knowledge.
Most certainly.
But in this world, one of the things you have to do too is also vet the knowledge. So I make sure I go back to the sources that it is true
Exactly.
and accurate before I send it out, because I don't want to make sure
certainly.
send anybody down the wrong path myself
You got
either.
that right. You most certainly, because some people just can't handle it.
Yeah, there's so much on the internet or in Facebook that is just not true these days,
And
but it
I
looks
tell
true.
people-
It looks true.
The Facebook is not your news source.
Yeah, it is not.
That's your gossip for.
Exactly. And
And we gonna
sometimes
add a little bit.
sometimes it's true, and you got to go back to the sources and make sure that it really is valid, though.
But you remember this thing, and we're going to go to break after this, but remember when you were taught in school, when they start off, you got 10 or 15 people lined up. They'll start off right here, and by the time it get to the end of the circle, the whole message has changed. Everybody has added their little bit too, so it's always good to do the
They always
research.
say it's fun to kind of start a rumor yourself and see if it comes back, circle back to you.
Exactly. No doubt about it, my dear friends. Now, you can call in to be a part of this conversation as well, right here at Sunshine's Corner. And today we are talking with Brian Wyer with the Gulf Coast Minority Chamber. 850-432-7768. That is the number you can call to be a part of. Again, let me say thank you to Supplemental Healthcare being a part to support the MLK Parade right here with Sunshine's Corner.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Messick Insurance Agency in Pensacola if auto owners make sense for you.
Keep going, more. No, stop!
I'm Emily Echeverria, Marketing Communications Director for Council on Aging of West Florida and the host of Coming of Age. Watch our show to find out what we're doing for our seniors and their families, and hear from area experts and local business owners about their programs and services. Want to help? Find out how you can work with us to bring a better future to our seniors. Watch Coming of Age, 3:30 p.m. Wednesdays, only on Blab TV.
This is Wayne at Icon Automotive in Robertsdale, Alabama, and I wanted to tell you more about our powertrain warranty forever. It comes with any vehicle we sell that has 80,000 miles or less at no additional cost to you. We put our vehicles through a tough safety and mechanical inspection before it can have the powertrain warranty forever, giving you a peace of mind with your purchase. This warranty is good anywhere in the country, and it covers 100% of parts and labor with no mileage limit, and is covered as long as you own the vehicle. Come pick out your dealership car at non-dealership pricing with the powertrain warranty forever at Icon Automotive.
Watch a new episode of Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m. Your tips may be eligible for a cash reward. featuring items about officer training, various aspects of police work, and crime prevention information. You'll hear about upcoming family-friendly engagement events as well. Don't miss Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitive every Friday at 6 p.m.
And welcome back to this Tuesday morning edition of Sunshine's Corner. Again, let me remind you, for those of you who maybe sometimes I have people that will grab us on your phone and watch us. Okay, you can do that too, right? But I want you to make sure that you're checking on everybody that's at home today. If you got elderly loved ones that are at home alone, make sure the heat's working properly. Again, I say the temperatures today is going to be, you got about as low as high as it's going to get. Not going to be any higher than 47 today. And that's rather cold. With the wind chill, that will drop it down even more. But make sure they're safe and warm. We are continuing our conversation with the Gulf Coast Minority Chamber, Brian Wyer, who is the director there, and all that you do in the community. And we're talking about this when it comes to the networking, which I know you are great at it, because I tell you, I haven't been anywhere. And I'll see Brian. Hey, Brian.
You can make me blush now.
No, but that's what it takes.
Yeah, it does.
It takes that. You have to be able to get into to connect with people that are doing what you do, so that you can see that can better you in making decisions about your business. And I always think this too, when I'm out there and I'm connecting with you, I may never know why I may need this. Or they may see they need something from me. And the fact of it is, that's where the collaboration comes, and we all working that thing together. Because I believe it's enough for all of us.
Right.
I don't have to have that mentality where I think some people have, that crab mentality. Pull me down. It's enough for everybody.
Yeah, I heard a slogan once saying that before you can eat, you got to get at the table.
Come on.
And it pretty much says that before you can get a meal or grow, you got to put yourself at the table, and being at the table around other people.
Exactly.
If you're not at that table, you're not going to eat anything. You got to be part of that circle and get yourself out there. And people are very nervous and shy about wanting to do that. And so when I have networking events, I always try to do silly things just to let the barriers down. I make fun of myself a lot of times. Just break things down, and people are terrified. You know, you heard the stories about the biggest fear is public speaking, over death, over snakes, spiders, whatever else. Because people just feel like they're going to be judged for that. And if you go into a situation where you're not judging people as a whole in the community, and people are just being people, then you forgive people with grace when they make mistakes. You forgive them when they have little flubs. Just be yourself and let them know there's no harm and bad intent to it.
Not at all.
And just do it. You know?
And look, I know how you feel. I mean, you're gonna remember I was in that room. You're going to remember. Exactly. And I have this thing, even when I do this show. Even when everybody knows that I did radio for 35 years. Right. And the fact of it is, there were things that I would do. I was, oops, let me back that up. Let me correct that.
Right.
It's okay. It is okay. So don't feel bad if you make a mistake. That's all in the process. And I'll turn it into a joke in a heartbeat. Say, yeah. Did you hear what I just said? I'm just that way.
It's a simple thing. Like I'll tell people in the beginning, I almost apologize. Hey guys, if I say this word here, I'm not meant to offend. I may say black. I may say African American. I may say Hispanic. I may say Latino. You just say the word, and you're not trying to cause any harm by it. You just don't know sometimes.
That's
and it's great to Mimi Hickson. I love Mimi because she is so good about correcting with kindness and joy. You know, when I first started the chamber, there were some communications I put out there, and she said, "Hey, Brian, maybe you need to do this or tweak this way." Just so gracious about it, not condescending, not harsh,
not at all,
not supportive. And I just love the feedback that she gave me early on.
Lovely. We got a phone call. Let's see. Somebody want to talk to us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Sonshine. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Hey, Adelia.
Good morning. I am learning a lot about the Gulf Coast Chamber of Commerce because I really, really didn't know anything about them.
Right.
I had heard about them, but, this is a very good discussion where you are giving out a lot of good information on what they do and how they operate. So with that being said, I just wanted to say thank you for enlightening me and informing me of what they do. So if I ever need their services, I know how to go about doing this.
Yes, ma'am. That's it. You know I'm going to do it for you, girl.
Yeah, me and Sonshine spoke earlier, and we've only been in existence now really for 6 years. It feels like a lot longer. Some of those years were COVID, Hurricane Sally. I've been kind of building a network behind the scenes to help get in some places and get in some activities, some boards, and build some relationships in place before we really kind of get fully out there and letting, and that's kind of a strategy in place where we didn't want to go out with this big flash without being able to have some good substance behind it. So,
absolutely.
And I appreciate you calling in, and if you need anything, please let us know about that. We'll be happy to do what we can to help you out, and we'll definitely be more well known in the future.
Absolutely.
I sure will. Thank you.
Thank you, Adelia.
Have a great New Year's.
Yeah, you too.
Bye-bye. And I tell you, everybody, this is what we talk about. That's what we believe in doing is giving out the information. That's why I like to call this show your information network, because you see, there's not another avenue like this in Pensacola. It's not. And so,
well, I mean, just in general, just knowing Sonshine over the years,
Hold on, somebody, just keep going. Somebody's on the phone, but keep going.
Oh, just knowing Sonshine over the years, she's just a person of authenticity. You're very authentic. You're very friendly and kind and helpful and supportive, and that's what you've been doing all your whole life in the community.
Exactly.
And you see that, and it doesn't have to be an air or a front about it.
No.
You don't do it to be fake. You just do it to be who you are. So we appreciate that.
What you see is what you get.
Exactly.
And I found out that works. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing this morning? Once again, Happy New Year to you, Sonshine.
Happy
and
New
thank
Year.
you so much. Thank you so much for what you do in the community. Also, question from Mr. Bryant: what's the qualification of being a member, and what's the price? There's a fee for joining the minority chamber. I'd like to know that.
Qualifications. Okay, qualification-wise, you can go to our website, which is at gcmcc.info, and there's a button called Join Us, and what you would do is just click on that button, and you can see the information about membership levels. For a small business, typically it's about $100, $125 for a nonprofit, so it's a small amount considering what you get investment-wise.
Right.
Most of our events are free.
Exactly.
We had a holiday party, we had food, we had activities, networking, so that's available. We create your name, put your name in our directory, so that's part of the process.
Oh, it goes in the directory too?
You get invited to networking events. But even before you join the chamber, feel free to give me a call and let's sit down and talk first and find out if it's the right timing for you, if it's a good fit for you. I don't want to have you join if it's not a good fit for you, but just let's sit down and talk and find out what you need and make sure we're here to help you out.
Absolutely.
It's not about necessarily the membership as opposed as it is towards being able to make sure the connection's good for you.
Absolutely.
And like I said, all of our events typically are free, so the community's invited to almost all of our events, and you get a chance to see us, check us out, and see if you like us.
Got that, Eddie? I'll make sure you get his phone number, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'm about that gospel. Okay, thank you very much. Stay sharp.
All right, then. Thank you,
warm.
love. All right, bye-bye now. And I tell you, everybody, this is what we're talking about. This is how you find out the things that you need to know. If you would like to find out and talk to Brian, you can do it as well, 850-432-7768. For those callers that are seeking this, and if you're taking notes, look, make sure you write down that email address. The website address that's on the screen right about now. You can see it there now. Make sure that you go check out the website. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. And as you see, Brian is even offering himself right there for you to help you get started, to even see if it's the right thing, if it's the right connection for you. He's going to be that transparent for you. So I encourage you to get in touch with him. And Brian, as you can see, we got people who are listening that want to know the steps and what it takes. And again, let me reiterate something you said, is the Gulf Coast minority. And minority can be you as well.
It definitely can be. I think business-wise, people that start starting a business, one of the things to go to SunBiz, where you can get an opportunity to see what the steps are for officially starting your business behind the scenes, creating your federal ID number.
Oh, yes.
Registering with the city and the county.
Yes.
Registering with the state, make sure everything's in place with that. But even behind the scenes with starting your business is building that business plan. One of the things you can do is we can help you out with providing assistance and resources there as far as referring to the Small Business Development Center.
Right.
There's tons of resources online about starting a business and getting your business going, but I always encourage everyone to please go and research first. Don't just go out and create your business without a plan in place to make sure you have everything ahead of time so that you can do it in an effective manner.
Most certainly.
And that's talking with the Small Business Development Center. It's looking online at the resources available through SunBiz.
Right.
And then when you're ready to do it, that's when you pay that money to have your business
Most
created.
certainly. And it's worth it. It is truly worth it. Now, let me go a step further. Let's say if I have this unction inside of me that I want to start a business, can I come to you and you will show me the process to get with the SunBiz? Because some people might not know about that. You will instruct them on how to go through the whole thing.
I definitely can help them out in those ways with being able to do that and prefer and get some resources referred to them. So I definitely can help out in those ways. And sometimes it's just simply sending them a text message with some links, or it's a phone call, or it's meeting in person, whatever works out the best. And people, I think me and you realize over the years, it's different. People have different ways of communicating, different ways of learning. Some people are visual learners, some are in person. So different, whatever works out best for your style of you working is the way that to get things going.
Most certainly. So I want to encourage everybody, don't delay now. This is the beginning of a new, is that in your New Year's resolution that you're going to kick off your business? Then you got to be consistent with it. Because I want people to realize too, even when you're doing anything, consistency works. Now, you can be successful as being consistent and not doing the right thing.
Right.
You understand what consistency is going to work. But the fact of it is, you got to be open to learn more ways, ideas to increase your business, to cause your business to flourish and be successful.
Right.
Because if you continue to do the same thing over and over, expecting a different outcome, guess what? That's not going to work.
Yeah, and I always tell people when I meet with them the fact that I kind of consider like this: if you have a job now working for a business, and you're being paid a salary from an organization, don't immediately drop your job to be able to create your own business. Build a business in place, kind of as a side job first, and when get to the point where they level off, and you're at a situation where your side job you're working on now, your small business, at a point where you can leave your other company, then that's when you want to make that move and step.
Exactly.
A lot of people will leave a company, they'll run from a company or from their current job and jump into entrepreneurship or a new small business. And that's one of the worst things you can do, because your family depends on your income.
Of course.
Your family depends on you to live. And if you're not in a situation where you can cover those costs, you're going to be in a bad place.
Don't let go of what you have.
Exactly.
To start your foundation.
Really.
Continue that, move in silence, and get it done.
Exactly. That's some of the best advice I've heard as far as businesses and entrepreneurship, because it's not easy. People think starting your own business is easy and it's going to be this, things are going to happen. It's really tough to start a business and tougher to even to maintain that business. So you got to understand. I talked to a young gentleman the other day where he's like, how you doing? I said, oh my gosh, Brian, it's day to day. One day I am making money, I'm killing it, I'm doing great. The next day I don't get any sales. 2 days, 3 days, no sales. So you got to make sure when the money's good and things are flowing well, that you save some reserve. You save the money for those bad days. Who can imagine like COVID and the hurricanes we went through, and then political unrest. That changed so many businesses because they weren't prepared to take the brunt of what had happened during those tough times.
Most actually, and you look at the bigger businesses that are closing. Big Lots.
Yep.
Macy's. I'm just naming a few. JCPenney's on the list. I'm just naming a few.
Right.
So I got the list that are closing. And be smart. Do the right thing.
Right.
And I'm a believer in this. You don't have to broadcast everything that you're doing.
Yes.
Do not broadcast everything. Move in silence.
Yeah.
Because people would love to see you fail. I'm just being transparent.
Yeah, I mean, I know we've had this discussion before in the past, and we've seen nonprofits competing against each other, and someone have a great idea, but someone can take that idea further faster than them, and then they lose out. So you do want to make sure that you hold on to your material that you have.
That's
it's good to share and talk with people, but if you have something that's a game changer, that gives you a competitive edge, don't share it too often and too fast.
Zip it.
Because people are going to take it and run with it and do it maybe better and faster than you can.
I'm telling you, I know the feeling. Listen, everybody, we're just talking truth today, being as transparent as possible. And of course, you can be a part of this conversation right here with Brian Wyer with the Gulf Coast Minority Chamber, where we're learning ways so that you can be successful right here from your community network, Sunshine's Corner.
Welcome to Little John's Big and Tall, where tall men and big men go for style, fit, and comfort. We offer a wide variety of styles and unique brands that service all sizes from large to 14X, as well as tall sizes from large tall to 6X tall. Our knowledgeable staff are here to make sure you have a stress-free experience and answer any of your questions. Little John's has been named Best of Pensacola and Best of the Bay for 4 years in a row. Visit Little John's at 5700 North Davis or visit us online at littlejohnsbigandtall.com.
It's time to find a health plan that can keep up with your life. A plan that makes getting care convenient, with doctors around the corner.
I can get used to that.
Plus, 24/7 access to care. Plans that keep more money in your pocket, with plan payments as low as $0.
$0. Looks good to me.
Let's find your health solution. Speak to a dedicated Florida Blue agent today. Call 1-850-393-7036 to learn more.
Some attorney ads are really over the top, within-your-face concepts. Not this one, because there's nothing exciting about bankruptcy law. But if you're struggling with credit card debt, medical bills, student loans, repossession, or mortgage payments, you'll want to hear this. Lewis & Jernevoy has helped thousands of people with financial problems for over 20 years. We may be able to help you achieve financial freedom, and that is exciting. Call Lewis & Jernevoy today for a free consultation.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference, and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quint Studer, and I am Blab TV.
And welcome back to this great conversation here at Sunshine's Corner with my good friend Brian Wyer. He is the director of the Gulf Coast Minority Chamber. And we are getting lots of people who want to ask questions, Brian. We've got another call. Let's see what we're going to go right here. Good morning.
Hi. What is your input on someone working as a consultant and they feel that they would like to start a business, to see what the opportunity is going to be if I go in that direction?
You want to take
that? No, go ahead.
Consultant-wise, you've seen a big influx of consultants recently, and some do very well. Some have challenges when they're being consultants. Mm-hmm. The big thing is you got to be an expert in that field. You have to know a lot about what you are doing, mm-hmm. and you need to survey the competition and see who else is doing that. If you have a lot of consultants already in those areas, it can be challenging to break into it.
Can you turn your TV down, ma'am?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, turn your TV down, then we can hear, because I can hear your TV.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I definitely think it's wonderful to be able to do that with that passion. It's just one of the things to do is make sure that you are an expert in that field. You have a great story to tell. You know what's going on, and you have some knowledge that can be shared that people can gain from that. Mm-hmm. And just kind of survey the market to see who else may be doing the same kind of work and who maybe have been around longer to know what their skill set and things are. Find a mentor too, someone who's already a consultant out there that's doing similar work. Get a chance to talk with them, share some time with them and see what their thoughts are, some lessons they may have learned from them. Even maybe serve as kind of a protege to them for a little while, where you are willing to work with them to help them out and you gain some knowledge to be on your own. But I definitely encourage you to follow that passion, follow what you want to do. Mm-hmm. Just look out for those things first to ensure that you're going into it realistically.
May I ask you a question, if I can say? What field of is it that you're headed into?
I have my consultant license working with adults with disabilities.
Oh,
okay, great.
Great.
Yeah, that's wonderful. There's definitely a need for that. And I would talk with some of the organizations who work with individual disabilities, the Autism Pensacola or the Art Gateway. Talk to some of those agencies just to see what the feel and what's going on currently in the marketplace. Maybe find a way to serving on a committee or be on their board as a good way to gain more knowledge. But thank you so much for doing that. It's very important to be able to help serve those individuals that need additional assistance.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, ma'am. And remember now, you can call on Brian anytime.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. And everybody, you see, this is what we're saying. We are awakening that sleeping lion that's on the inside. Because everybody, there is a dream that they want to do something. And possibly you may feel that I don't know the necessary steps to take to get it started. But the only crazy question is the one that's not asked. So always ask questions.
Yeah, I saw a different story one time saying the most treasure that there are not the fact that when people die they don't have all this money and wealth. It's the dreams they left behind.
Exactly.
It's the desires they want that they left behind is some of the most valuable things. Their time and energy that
Most
they could have
certainly.
spent.
And don't allow fear to cause you not to take that step. Fear is only false evidence appearing real. And do what you got to do. If you got that in your heart to do it, find the necessary spots to do it. And I would encourage her to go out to the, we'll just talk about it with Quentin Studer, what he offers, to offer people to get them ready for what it is that they would like to do.
Exactly.
There are resources there, but you see, this has spiked another part of their inquisitiveness to find out what they need to do to go through with the process that they want to do it in. And I want to encourage any and everybody, if you got a dream in your heart, do it. It's not going to do anything in your heart, but stay in your heart. Take that step to make that step to be that person you were created to be. And I'll tell anybody, Brian, that when you want to do something, it's not going to be easy, but you got to step out there and be consistent and don't lose your faith to do what it is that you got to do. Don't allow anybody or anything to take away what you know that you're good at, that you can do.
Yeah, from a religious perspective too, also, you're not sharing a talent that you have. You were blessed with something. Everyone's blessed with a talent, blessed with something else. And if you're not pursuing those dreams and you're not pursuing ways that you want to grow internally amongst yourself, you may be not giving a blessing to somebody else that could use that blessing.
Exactly. And you know, and I know when you start a business, this just popped in my thought process, that sure, we do a business to make money, but don't allow, when you're getting in that process, to make the money. If you got something in your heart that's a dream, hold on to some of what you have. Continue that process of a dream, but know that it has been proven with statistics that the first 3 years is not going to be those profitable years. You got to put it in to get something out.
Right.
You know, so understand that. So therefore, move in silence, do what you got to do, and work toward your dream.
Exactly.
Work toward your dream, because look, I believe in miracles. I had Whitney in my head, but I said, don't let me do that, because I couldn't do Whitney if I wanted to. But the greatest love of all is what we have, right?
Yeah.
It's on the inside of us. And to do it.
And a lot of people, I think also maybe should realize that working within your job you're currently at, you can add so much value to that too. People at times see their jobs as being just this misery, and they work for the weekend because they hate their job Monday through Friday. If you're at your job now and you can find ways to add value and make that job a better place for people around you and a better place for you, then you can gain a lot of value from that, because there is consistency with working with the government. You know, city and the county has some wonderful jobs out there for you.
They do.
That provide great benefits, great money.
Yes.
You just got to make sure you understand what you're getting into and know that you can add some value in a lot of ways by doing it, working in those areas.
Most certainly. And you said something that's a powerful note for all of us to remember. You know your worth. When you know your worth, come on, you can add value to that where you are by the worth that you have, are.
Exactly.
Did I say that like I feel?
You said it great. You said it great. That's a perfect way of summarizing it.
Yes,
It really was.
because you know your worth. And please, for those to call us who called today, make sure that if you want to find out more information, that's why the Gulf Coast Minority Chamber is here to help, to guide you, to lead you to get to that spot that where you would like to be independent and doing your own. And I believe that I think our children today, I want to plant in the younger generation to really be that person, to have your own, to grow and build your own, because the resources are there. They're not just for some people, they're not all. It's there for everybody, but it's up to you to have that unction on the inside that I'm going to do this and I'm going to be successful at that. Even though you may stump your toe, don't let that make the whole foot stop. That just take care of that toe and keep moving.
Yeah. They say comparison is a stiller of joy, you know. And when you compare yourself to others, we're all on different paths along life where we're at. And some people that are older and more seasoned in their careers, they're a different path. And you can't compare yourself to that person if you're just starting out.
No, you can't.
You're not going to be a Zuckerberg or Elon Musk or all these Mark Cuban.
Come on, now.
And when you're starting out from college, take those steps. Consistency you talked about earlier.
Right.
Have a plan in place, build a little bit better each day, a little bit better each year, and then get to the goal you want to at the end.
Exactly, and you can do it.
And don't compare yourself to others because everyone has different strengths, different weaknesses, and don't compare yourself to anyone else to say they're doing this better than me or they're a better person than me. Know your self-worth and your value. Know that I'm where I need to be right now.
That's all right for this. And I believe God places us for a reason. Everywhere that you are at this present moment, you're there for a reason.
You are.
So take that and grow with it.
Sometimes you dare to learn a lesson. Sometimes you dare to be humbled.
I tell you.
I've been humbled a lot in my life. I tell you one thing.
Me and you both. But I tell you, but every time when I can look back, I say, "Oh Lord, I see it now." You know,
it took a little while.
I'm
having too much fun with Sonshine here on the air. We're just having a good time. It's like we're sitting back watching TV at a fish fry. No grits on the fish fry. No, you don't eat grits anymore. But we're having a fish fry. We're just sitting back having a good time talking.
All the fish though.
Yeah, and that's what I love your book about to catch a ray of sunshine.
Yes.
It's so nice to be able to call that.
And we're sharing that sunshine today. And I tell you, oh wow, can you believe it? Our time is up.
No way.
Oh yes, see, when you're having a great time, when you're sharing valuable information, the clock just seems to tick so fast. And Brian, I'll say this, and everybody, I will have you back because I think there's so much that we got to continue to educate the community on and getting their businesses started and things that they can be successful at. Don't give up.
Yeah, let you all know. Me and Sonshine have been talking about this for a while. It may have been like 5 or 6 months now.
At least.
Trying to plan our schedules, plan our times in place. So the consistency in place. We knew we were going to get together and talk.
We knew that.
And we know we got bigger plans in the future.
Yes, we do.
We just got to have them ride them out through enough time period to make them happen. So just enjoy your life, enjoy the day, and we're going to
make
things happen.
No doubt. Thank you, Brian, for getting up to join me this morning. And I tell you, thank you, my dear friends, for joining in on the greatest conversation there is right here at Sunshine's Corner. Time for me to go, but I'll leave you as I do every single day. Never, ever, ever lose your focus. Always remember, if you keep God first, I'll guarantee you this, you're going to be a total success. Until 9 o'clock in the morning for another day of sunshine, we've got Baptist Faith Network tomorrow. So until then, know that I love you with a perfect kind of love. Keep shining while I'm gone. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Sonshine.
All right.
Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.